Thanks, Patrick. Hello! Hi, Cheap. Hi, Kiro. How are we doing? How's it going? Hello! For anyone who missed it, there's a new dancing dino friend. Twitch has added an emote that's good. He's very cute. We now have more dancing. New Twitch emote. No, new Twitch emote, not new to Gmail. CC. Anyway. How is everybody doing? Are we having a good Wednesday? A good Woden's-day? Onsdag. Onsdag, yeah. I got him dance! I think I need to turn my ears up slightly so that I can hear roughly the volume you can hear. Hop on over hither. Swoosh. We're back. I looked out this morning, so you are lit tired. Well, that's fine. At least your brain was nice and clear while it was happening. Nothing confusing occurring during. Yeah. Pretty sure you got some more poison ivy on your arm. Because there's rash blisters that shouldn't be there. Grumble, grumble. You should just give them an eviction notice. Get them out of there. Started getting ready for a class you haven't taught in 4 years. Nice. Be a nice refresher. I know an English cover of Allons on Dance even existed. I don't even know what that is, but I'm assuming it's not English. Should probably look it up. It's a French song. Good, my hunch was correct. Same old anxious mess and all that. No. Ooh. Let's try and help that. With, well, not help that. Help against that. You know what I mean. You for sure heard of Laws on Dance before. You overestimate my exposures to popular culture. It's by Strummer. It's a type of meringue, isn't it? Speaking of meringue, Wimch is here. They are here to travel the world and eat everything. Alright, quick recap of what happened last time. It was Gwimch. So, in the princess's attempt to escape the castle and Simeon and Tantalus's attempts to kidnap her to take her to the castle on behalf of the king, to Lindblom, I should specify, away from Alexandria to Lindblom. We got there and the princess is like, nothing's happening, I'm gonna leave again. While this is happening, Simeon chats up somebody in a bar and meets up again with an old friend in the form of Nox Lady Whiff, apparently. Licketong, I miss. Who indicates their enthusiasm to join the Festival of the Hunt that is happening, in which a lot of horrible monsters are released into Ladlewhiff. That was Ladlewhiff, sorry, my apologies. Yeah, so that happens. Vivi finds a nut, which is, apparently Moogles really like it. Vivi didn't know that, he just looked like a nice nut. And accidentally got roped into the Festival of the Hunt, thinking that it was all little cute animals. Turns out it's massive monsters. Forgot about this face. James discovers pickles, specifically Gishel pickles, which are incredibly strong smelling. But if you like them, you really like them. Turns out he really likes them. And Simeon cocks up his attempt to chat up the princess by forgetting that he didn't promise her a trip on an airship. And he promised somebody else. However, in order to try and impress her, he says, "Hey, I'll do the Festival of the Hunt, and if I win, you can go on a date with me." And she's like, "That's not how this works." But she borrows some sleeping weed, which is the thing that he was going to use to knock her out during the kidnap attempt, if it would have gone to plan. She borrows some of that because she claims that she's been sleeping poorly. We do the Festival of the Hunt. Our little baby Viv wins, and James is very happy about it. And there's a little ceremony in which Viv gets the prize that they wanted, which was a card. The Ace of Peaches, I think we went with. The Master Baby Vivi wins. Yay! Look at them, they're very proud. Completely on his own, required no sabotage whatsoever. During this, however, oh yeah, the king is an insect. Not normally an insect, but they are at the moment. Because he had an affair. His wife found out, turned him into an insect, stole his airship and ran away. And he's trying to make a new airship, but it's difficult when you're a bug. So while this is all happening, a soldier comes in, dying, claiming that Bermesia, the faraway kingdom of Bermesia, I'm gonna say Bermesia, is under attack by Alexandria. They're just going full-fledged war, and they're attacking with black mages, pointy hat dudes, and this is the hometown of Nox. So Nox is like, bloody hell, I better go back. I probably should have actually have been there while this was happening. Simeon's like, well, I'm coming with you because I'm not having you go and fight in a war on your own. And Vivi's like, I want to know what's happening with the pointy hats. Last time I met them, they saved me. What's going on? Vivi's still very confused. This is very existential. Because these are the things that were being manufactured underground, presumably. We don't know that for sure, but I've just told you, so it is. It'd be weird if there was a second group of them. Anyway. Just completely unrelated to the plot that we just had. So these three decide to go off. The princess wants to join, but no, the princess isn't allowed. It's far too dangerous. You can't go into a war zone. And she's like, oh, but I wanna. And so during a meal, while they were waiting for the gate to open, apparently there's enough time to prepare and serve a meal, a feast, no less. Butterscotch poisons the food with the sleeping weed that she borrowed and knocks everybody unconscious, except James, who thinks he's been poisoned because he's an idiot. Perfectly reasonable thing. And the two of them leave the castle secretively to try and get to a third location, Trino, which we haven't really heard about yet, but they're going there now. Everybody wakes up and is like, oh, we better go out then. The bloody princess has run away. Maybe she's gone to Bermesia. We should probably find out where she's going. And we need to get to Bermesia to save things. Along the way, we encounter a swamp. In the swamp, we find somebody trying to catch frogs. This is Quimch. We catch a frog for them, and they're like, yes, you can catch frogs. I like you. And we go and meet their master, Master Quatatui, who says, Quimch, you're an idiot. There's more to the world than frogs. And Quimch is like, that's impossible. Frogs is frogs. Frogs is great. He's like, well, you three, can you take Quimch with you? Show them the world. It's full of all sorts of food. It's better than frogs. And so Quimch is now joining us. Meanwhile, while this is happening, little Master Baby Vivi asks Master Quatatui a question about... I can't remember what we called them, because I didn't write it down, apparently. We had a third Q name. Does anyone remember what it was? To be fair, they were probably preparing the feast earlier for the festival. That's fair. Quail? That makes sense. Yeah, the quail's eggs. Yeah, quail. Let's write that down. So Vivi says, hey, do you know someone called Quail? And Quatatouille is like, I don't know anyone like that, the bloody bigot, I hate them. So yeah, that's a good reaction, because Quail is the name of Vivi's granddad, who we've heard about before, who apparently looks a lot like these people. So obviously Vivi, being massive racist, thinks they all know each other. That's not true, he just wants to find stuff out. So Quimp joins the party, and Vivi is none the wiser about anything. And that's as far as we got. So now we head to Gizamalook's grotto. Now I've got to draw something. I haven't drawn today. Been doing website stuff. So, there is... Burmecia is in a different part of the continent, right? The continent's split up into different parts by mountains, and the different regions are different, separate kingdoms, who are well, up until this war they were at peace. But to get between them, obviously, is not necessarily easy, because they are separate kingdoms. Last time we got between two places, we blew up an airship. So it's not a straightforward affair. This one, however, there is a sacred grotto going between the mountains called Gizamalook's Grotto, which has some fun sort of decorations in it, which I cannot hope to replicate here, but it's all fun sort of wibbly stuff. The designs of all the Burmecia stuff in this game are very nice. Very nice sort of patterns and squiggles and swirls and stuff. Also, when we eventually do get to Burmecia, there are giant lizard statues. I was playing through the game recently, and yeah, I just saw giant lizard statues, and I'm like, why are there giant lizard statues? I don't know. But what there are also, I'm not just drawing this. I'm not drawing this door for nothing. There are bells. They get to the door of this place, and there's a big old like bell embedded in the door. And no obvious means of egress. Is that the right word? Entrance. Besides the fact that there's a big bell in the door. Fortunately, somebody is dying in the corner. I can't remember how I drew these soldiers, so they're gonna have like reverse fezzes. Maybe like pointy pauldrons and such. Also, I've just realised we're gonna get to Burmecia before I finish the Burmecia music. Oh, should I hurry it up? Bells always give you a little bit of anxiety. You always worry about not having enough. It's pretty easy to figure things out, yeah. Or it's kind of the other way around. Of like, you worry about using the bell on the wrong thing so that you run out and you can't do the optional stuff, which is what I did on my refresher playthrough. I just did the critical path and missed all the optional stuff. I'm a big fan of this draw through eliciting like all the memes. don't worry, I'm sure she'll make even more fantastic decisions. It's very funny to meme. It's good. Yeah, the perspective on this works, sure. It works perfectly fine if you just don't look at it. Please create and share all the memes here. Was not expecting this to make this playthrough, this draw through, to be the meme one, but I'm certainly not upset by it. So anyway, yes, we get there and a Burmesian soldier is on the floor dying, and is like, oh god, the pointy hat people are attacking. They're killing all of us. The grotto is under attack. Master Gizmaluk is in danger. Help! And then they give you a bell, and then they die. And Vivi is not happy about this. I don't need to draw them picking up a bell. But yeah, so you get the bell, you ring the bell by the door, and the bell inside just sort of shatters into pieces. Because I don't know how locks work, do you? As indeed does the bell in your hands. Shattering occurs. This is a very one-time thing.
That won't work. The lock's badly rusted.
It's more than rusted. It's exploded.
Oh, shit.
That's better. That was like a conversation. I just had a conversation with Jack, very weird. Anyway. So that's how you get through the door. What do you see when you get through the door? Good question. You see a sort of balcony thing they're sort of looking up at. Like a archway there and maybe some pillars coming down. Down from which we see a couple of curious faces, peering down at you. Which way? I don't know. Oh yes, it's frickin' Frack again. They're here! And they're saying, why are you here? What are you doing? You already destroyed the bloody black waltzes. What are you doing? Messing up our plans. That's always something I can do with frickin' Frack. kind of pointy nose. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so they're here, and they're surprised to see you here, and so they send some soldiers after you. And by soldiers, I mean black mages. Yes, they are indeed actually running around killing people. And they're now running around and killing you. Send you your editing bill. I'll put it on top of Jeeb's extracurricular meme creation. So yeah, our first sort of direct interaction with these guys, if you don't count them just sort of wordlessly walking around VV while bad things were happening, is that they just attack us. I know this doesn't look much like attacking, but that's down to my poor planning, more than anything. Also, perspective's the thing, right? Yeah, a couple of black mages come down and they attack us, and Vivi's all like, "Oh, I don't like this," because Vivi's day continues to get worse, despite the fact that it's now day 3 or 4. So yeah, the black mages run around killing Babisian soldiers and try and kill us, but we defeat them because we're the protagonists. Dance and die now. Yeah, and by the time we've defeated them, frickin' Fracker buggered off. So we've got to find them and all that sort of stuff. We go through finding bells and ringing bells and getting things and opening doors by ringing bells and all that sort of stuff, until we arrive at a bell. Hang on a minute. More memes! Oh no! Poor sad Viv. Hey, bell. End. No, because by that bell, we find a Moogle. Yeah, this is also a fancy bell. I don't know how to make it seem like a fancy bell. It's got like decorations and... Oh, hello. What? What? You can apparently visit McCuffey at that link. I don't know why. I didn't tell it to do that. Miss, what did you do? New bot for they've had a bot for a while. It, like, if somebody donates that, like, it'll pop up and say, hey, someone donated. Not technologically savvy to be doing such things, that's fair. Also, this bell's big. One day I will know how your hair works, Simeon, but not today. This is a useful bot, not a scam bot. I thought it was a scam bot at first. Partly because it lit up red on my chat. It's like a bright red message. But that's because it just said my name. Finger twitched when you saw it. Spam! Ah, red! It's blue for you, but yeah, odd. Might be a better Twitch TV thing. I don't think you have that, right? Ah, red! So if you really want to get my attention, that's the way to do it, because red! I guess that's the point. Or that. I mean, if you compare them, I think that one works better, right? Kel Surprise, Twitch's version isn't as good as the the add-on.
I'm gonna fucking die here, Jack!
Sorry, I'll hurry up.
Or this. This also works.
That also works. You're not short of ways to get my attention. I mean, I do try and read every message in chat anyway, but we need more ways to get my attention. Well, we still haven't found the new locked commands yet, so... Guess it's the better Switch TV thing, probably, yeah.
The trapdoor is stuck.
Is it now? Turns out it's not a trapdoor that's stuck, it's a bell, because this is a Moogle. In there is also a Moogle. Too close and cancelled each other out?
Stuck.
Huh, I don't know what happens if you happen if you get two happen at the same time. I guess that.
Is that the door to the gardens?
Is that the door to the gardens? No, it's a big bell. Come on, Patrick, pay attention.
It's blocked. Maybe there's another way in.
You'll get there eventually. There's only 160 of these.
The lock on the store is broken. It's sealed up. I can't get through.
Almost. So close. Also, I think there's like 4 new ones, so you're going to have to do this 4 times.
Stuck.
One this little night, you're putting chat into emote only mode. Well, there's 4 new ones and 1 little light, so more of a chance of getting one of the new ones.
There's something blocking the door on the other side.
But still much more Jack than anything else.
Locked.
Ooh, getting all serious there, Patrick.
Need a key.
How much rank with
Your friend is dead.
Your friend is dead.
However you slice it, it seems we've reached a dead end.
There's one! Yay! It's Alexander! That is, I'm pretty certain, the only one I added that actually relates to something being locked. The other 3 have nothing to do with locked. I think Pokemon took the inspiration from this Lickitung chef. I would assume Pokemon
It's
came
frozen.
first.
I
right?
can't open it.
No. Yeah, 90 Pokemon's 1996. This is 2000. So yeah, Final Fantasy IX stole Lickitung. Quimch is a Lickitung knockoff. There is a Whisma, I think, has eyes like this. So that came later. So maybe they stole back. It's all tit for tat. Anyway, Quimch is like, hey, can we eat this? Is this one of the delicious things that they were talking about? Bear in mind that if you've been using the mechanics of the game well to this point, Quimch has eaten like giant snake people and skeletons and dragons. They can eat basically anything. The worst thing that can happen is that they say, oh, that doesn't taste very good.
Slorp.
Slop. Do you mean one of the other new ones is Marika's tits? Well, you never know. I might have cut all the samples up and made him say Radigan's pecs. Or Radigan's tits, I guess. And Nox is like, no, stop it. Bad quimch. I will learn how to draw Nox properly one day. Radigan's tits, you must be hungry. They need anything but only learn skills from some things. Yes, if they can't learn a skill or they've already learned a skill from it, they just say it tastes bad. They move on. They've already eaten it at that point. Alive, I should specify. Has to be alive. Anyway, so there's a Moogle trapped under the bell. You don't want to think about Ratigan's tits. Jeeb, you know what to do. Draw Vincent Price as a rat with tits out. So there's a Moogle under the bell. Ban all of you. Apparently, they were having a wedding. The two of them were getting married. And then the bell fell. And now one of them's trapped under the bell. And that's bad. Because it's a very, very heavy bell. Oh, dead. Yes, as we all know, bells are solid. They've got a flat base, so just squashed. Completely dead. Anyway, moving on. No, that's not what happened. Blue Mage learning skills by eating is sort of better than the other alternative, which is learning skills by getting hit by them. Yeah, exactly. I prefer... Or you have a slightly more convoluted Gao Gore version, which is you fight them, then you go back to the Veld, fight them again, and then just live among them for a while. A bit of a strange system. He's Mowgli. He's a little Mowgli, and he lives among the animals, and he learns the ways of the animal. Anyway. Vivi's nuts. Do you remember? Vivi bought a nut. And the Moogles really like these nuts. Take that as a no. Kupo nuts, exactly. Or should we say nuts? Yeah, so they are the Moogles' favourites. And the one who isn't in a bell goes, you have a nut on you, I can smell it. Give me the nut, do you have a nut? Can I borrow the nut? And Vivi's like, yeah. So you hand over the nut, and this little Moogle's like, hey, I got a Koopa nut for you. And the Moogle underneath the bell goes, you've got what? And then just throws the bell across the room. I love nuts. You do the same for chocolate. Oh, there goes my plan of trapping Miss under a giant bell. October's ruined. So yeah, they just throw the thing out. And the two of them reunite, and they're very happy, and they go off into a little corner, and they enjoy their honeymoon, I guess. But in exchange, they give you a special bell, and that's the special bell that opens the way to Gizmaluk. Oh yes, it's Gizmaluk. So named not named after the grotto. The grotto was named after them. Titular. That's the word I'm looking for. Titular. Good word. Hi, Oobs. The bells are solid, as we've discussed.
Bless you.
Thank you. So they gave us a solid bell, and we opened the door by just smashing the door with the bell. It's basically a hammer. We just hammered the door down into the Gizmaluk's grotto. Now, Gizmaluk is kind of like a spiritual god, sort of, well, not god, like a kind of a beast of great import to the people of Bemisia. And so obviously if the grotto is under attack, that's not good. Don't want that happening. And Gizmaluk themselves is not too happy by this state of affairs and is acting very weirdly. And by very weirdly, I mean they're the next boss. So yeah, not good when your spiritual animal suddenly goes haywire and starts attacking people. Not a good sign. So you need to placate it by beating the crap out of it. You're disturbed by that tongue. Good news, it ain't going away. Here is Quimpchi. A bit tall. Just like how you raise children. You hit them until they go in the water. What? Now, Kara, I think Miss was talking about the hitting thing. Anyway, so we make it into the grotto proper. I like the word grotto. Might have missed something. Yeah, it's fine. It took me a while to work out. This is the perils of streams. There's chat delay, and I'm constantly yabbering on about something else, and it's the whole thing. There's that water pouring out of places in the walls, sort of splashing down into a little pool below. Also, this is the opposite camera angle that happens in the game, so it's slightly confused. Well, Quimch is symmetrical. Consistent water level, always handy. So yeah, we're all walking through and we hear the Gizmaluk's not doing great, and then Gizmaluk comes out and starts attacking us. So now I have to draw Gizmaluk, what with them being a boss. Does also require me remembering what they look like. Well, I mean, there's two things. Okay, so there's a weird mechanic in Final Fantasy IX. It's Golbat. Turns out it was just a Golbat the whole time. They've been worshipping a Golbat. This isn't Gizmaloo's Grotto, it's Mount Moon. What's happening? Yeah, so there's a mechanic in Final Fantasy IX which is a bit weird. Fishy Golbat. Gold fish bat. What? Just one weird mechanic. There's several weird mechanics in Final Fantasy IX. One of them relates to tents. So in the Final Fantasy series, if you want to rest and recover health and all that sort of stuff, and you're in a safe place, you can just pitch up a tent, have a sleep. And you can do that in this game. And you can recover your health and everything's good and great and grand. Life's cool. What's not to like? However, one thing they added to Final Fantasy IX, and I don't know why, but they did, is if you can use a tent in battle on an enemy and on allies, I guess. But it's a lot of health that it heals, so it feels a bit overpowered for what it is, right? And also doesn't kind of make sense. Just throw a tent at someone and they feel better. A bit weird. So instead, they have a kind of mitigating factor as to kind of like, okay, how do we make it so that this isn't quite as overpowered as it seems? And basically, their solution to this was, what if just sometimes there's a snake in it? What if sometimes you try and sleep in a tent, there's just a snake in there? And so you try and use this. Oh, there's a bear. Hello. What if there's a bear in there? You don't know. Have you ever unrolled a tent and found that there's a bear in there? Yeah, makes sense, exactly. Also, I'm not doing the design of this justice, but that's fine. You have not, but maybe there was a bear in there and you just never noticed. Maybe. Maybe they were just minding their own business. Their own bearsness. You have. You looked in a mirror when in a tent. That's not a bear. That's a reflection of a bear. See, there's a difference. If anyone else was in the tent with you, then yeah, sure. But it's got like a kind of stingery thing at the bottom. Not sure. I always kind of like the design of this boss. It's sort of random, doesn't really relate to anything, but that's Final Fantasy for you. Never use a tent in battle when playing FF9 WCF. Learn something new every day. Yeah, so you can use this tent, but sometimes there's a snake in it. And the snake can bite you. And if it bites you, it gives you a bunch of status effects, like poison and blindness and all that. This is not a pipe. Un peep? I don't know French. Het is geen piep. Oh, that is geen piep. Typical snake, I know. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because the only time I ever remember this as a thing is when fighting this boss. And for some reason, when I fight this boss, I just immediately throw a tent at it until it gets bitten by a snake. And then it goes blind and can't hit you with its big tail. I'm sure it's useful on other bosses, and I think the only reason I use it on this boss is because a friend who also played these games told me that was a thing while I was fighting this boss, so I just used it on this boss, and I just have ever since. Dit is geen piep. Of course it's peep. Also dit. I need to the dit, the dat, the d's, the I need to understand all that. I don't get it yet. You just always thought this one legitimate. Like I say, I'm sure it's a good thing you can do in any fight, but I only ever do it on this one. Also, what the hell have I just drawn? I want to look this up now because they actually look good and it doesn't look like this. So anyway, the reason I bring this up is because when I think of this boss, I actually think of it looking like this. Because it's just the first thing I do. Tad. Lol, you neither. That's a good sign. I'm trying. Yeah, so you throw a tent on his head and he calms down. Well, they calm down. Gizamalook calms down. Tent head from Silent Hill fame. Just want to do just do a photorealistic pyramid head drawing, but it's a tent instead of the metal pyramid. For all of those sins you committed while camping.
Do it.
Oh, I should have zoomed in this while that was being said. Don't have time though. Anyway, this placates Gizamalook and they fall back into the water to recover and calm down. You don't kill them, it's fine. But bad omen. Not a good sign. I mean, the fact that the country's been invaded is probably a bad omen, but it's not good. And so we're like, right, we gotta get to bloody Burmecia. Pronto, on the double. This is a matter of extreme urgency. We really need to know what's happened. So now the game goes to a small outpost. Nowhere near any of this. Also, the canvas is ever so slightly at an angle. There we go. This is a matter of utmost urgency, so we're going to have an aside. By a big gate. I'm going to say this is a ramp rather than stairs, because stairs. You sigh by a big gate. But anyway, yeah, how was an oobs and a bear? I've not said hello. Yeah, so there are a couple of guards by this gate. Just sort of hanging out, doing guard duty and all that. This is the north gate, I believe. Which, now that I say that out loud, there's a place in the city where I live called Northgate. Presumably because it's the gate in the north. It's just weird hearing it in a fantasy setting. Tired! You've been sleeping for most of the afternoon. You were supposed to be working, but you're fried. Then you were supposed to be resting. Why is Kofi doing this now? I have not activated a bot. I have not told it to do this. Everyone here knows I have a Kofi. It's not... Calm down. Can I fix that? Like maybe once a stream, fair enough, but it's been twice already. Kofi shared a post, new live streaming status 10 hours ago. Okay, so this might be the thing. Connect to Twitch. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Setting. Loki ghosting a client today. They've been messaging you every day, and they really need to get a grip. Well, I mean, yeah, you're not the only. They're not the only person you need to deal with. You're a busy person, professional. I don't know how to change things. Up. Stream alerts. Fine, tomorrow's the last day before 2-week break. Ooh, exciting. Don't turn down the bot controls. Stream alert overlay, that's something different. Yeah. Gotta get things done by the end of this song. Twitch chatbot. Click here to send a test alert. That's a test alert. That's fine, but how do I change the settings? There. Okay, chat auto URL sending. Chatbot will share your link automatically every 30 minutes. You can't change the time on that, so I'm just going to turn it off. I have a Kofi command, I believe, so. Also, that didn't happen. That was just a test. Lovely, but it's time to go to your house. That's fine. It's fine. You need to. You are not. You know. You're a professional. You are not there for them constantly, and you also are a human being who needs rest. Human beings cannot function without rest. Ah, okay, so the bot's still there if you want to type in Kofi command, so that's good. This is 100% accurate. Well done. Thing is, because this character is at the moment optional, they don't really get involved in scenes for quite a lot of the time. So a lot of the time when they do have dialogue, it's basically just, can I eat this? And everyone else is just like, anyway. Did that turn it back on or just push the message? That's a separate thing. Having that command is a separate setting. So if anyone wants to change this, you can go to stream alerts in your Kofi thing, your dashboard, whatever it's called. There's a stream alerts thing at the bottom of the thing, and then you can scroll all the way down to connect to Twitch and YouTube. There's a little cog wheel there. Click that, and it will give you some settings, including the message that comes up when I did the test in the chat. That's there. I can have a goal. I could put that in the chat that updates whenever anyone donates. The exclamation mark Kofi or ko-fee, that works as well. That's a separate setting. And then the automatic sharing of the link. That's another setting. So they're all 4 different settings, all separate, that you can do things. Yeah. It's a good vibe. Food. Yeah, so anyway, back to this game. Speaking of food. So we're here. There's a guard, and well, there's 2 guards guarding this big old gate. We speak. And coming up to the thing is a knight. This is a bad angle, really, to be drawing, but this knight is wearing very rusty armor and is carrying a big old bag. Guards doing a guard, exactly. It's carrying over his shoulder, but for the purposes of this scene, I'll just have him sticking out. Big old bag. It is, of course, James. But without so much as a butterscotch in sight. If I do it like this, I don't have to draw a hand. Again, bad angle to be doing this. This is just the angle that the camera is in the scene. Should have James behind! Anyway, so we get here. And they're like, hey, what do you want? And James goes, well, I heard you guys need help repairing the gate because somebody crashed a ship into it, bloody idiots. Don't know who do that. So yeah, I've come here to set up work. Find some work repairing the gate. And they're like, cool, that sounds great. We really, really need people to fix this thing. Ship crashing into it, not good for business. Cool. Good stuff. We do need to check the bag. Because you could be bringing anything in here, and this is technically a border between two countries. And James is like, sure? So the little guard starts looking at it. I was like, that's poking it with his spear. I was like, what's in the bag? It's a very big bag. James is like, well, I didn't say I was gonna come and live here. By the way, I want you to know that the specifics of these conversations as I say them are basically just made up, because I can't remember the words that people say. They're as accurate as this anatomy. What I'm saying is 100% fact, precisely. Also, it's very warm. Just realized. So yeah, he's poking it and going, what's in here? What is in there? You're suspicious now. I'm suspicious of you. And James is like, I haven't done anything. Suspicious. What's in the bag? And he gets real close to it and is like, And then immediately he steps away and goes, what's this? Sir, what is this? I was like, I don't know what you mean. It smells awful. What the hell do you have in the bag? I was like, oh yeah, pickles. Well, quite a lot of pickles. They're really nice. Do you want some? Like, nope. No. Go through. I'm not going anywhere near that thing. Basks in breeze and rain. How dare you? No, I'm not touching that. You get out of there. I was like, there's only pickles. Do you want one? No. Pickled corpse? No, just pickles. He found the pickles in Lindblom and he really likes the pickles. Princess Pickle Knife. I sure love those pickles. So yeah, they wave him through. And they're like, just go through. No, I'm not gonna check. Whatever. You set up camp. And then there's like a little fake out as you go through, and they go, stop! Wait right there! And you're like, what? What happened? And they say, you stand right there. And then they walk towards you very slowly. and then they put something on the ground, and then they step back and they go, you need a gate pass for the other side of this so you can get back out, okay? Don't come near me with the horrible stinky pickles. And then they leave. So now you have arrived at the south gate, which is, I guess I'll do a little diagram, why not? So there was the gate on top of the mountain. All this way, and then there's this sort of big old gate construction thing, which we crashed into. It's probably like a border wall or something going around. And then on this side is Lindblom. The entire sort of area of Lindblom, and on this side is the entire area of Alexandria. More than just a castle. These are sort of big old areas of the continent. And on either side, set up as a declaration of peace, you have very exciting music for me describing a funicular railway. You have a funicular railway. So you got like one on that side and one coming down this side. This one's being pulled up there, and this one's coming down. I love me a funicular railway. They remind me of going to the beach, because there's one on a beach near where I live. So yeah, there's just one goes up, the other one goes down, and that's how you get over the mountain. You get up to the gate. The gate is currently smoking because not long ago crashed into it. Yeah, so we are currently down here. Here's the gate we just went through, and there's a little base around it where people are going up and down trying to fix this thing. Yeah, and there's a little shenanigans of like trying to find a place secret enough to let the princess out of the bag. She's in the bag. He doesn't actually have, well, actually he does have a lot of pickles in there, but also the princess. And so you have to like get people out of the way, which involves trying to get one person to admit their love for somebody so that they'll go off, and also dobbing someone in for skiving off work. Anyway, you clear some people out, princess emerges from the bag and is like, oh god, these pickles smell awful. Oh, I hate them. And James is like, oh, that was quite nice. But now we're out of the bag, and we're going to head to Alexandria. So we're going to go through this funicular system, up and down, going from Lindblom to Alexandria. But we're not heading towards Alexandria Castle, nor indeed the city of Alexandria. We're heading for somewhere called Trino, which is just in the region of Alexandria. Yeah, nothing else interesting happens. Going back. Tree? No. No trees. It's made entirely of stone, I think. Oh no, hang on. The posh bit's made of stone. The rest of it's made of like planks of wood scattered around the stone. Tree? No. Oh, there is also a map in this little place which spells Lindblom wrong. Always makes me smile when I see Lindblom. So tree, yes. Look, if there's one thing we've learned from both Orium the Blind Forest and Elden Ring, it's tree, no. Screw the trees. Burn them to the ground. Meanwhile, back in Bermesia. Probably for the ease of storytelling, I probably could have waited to do that scene after this. Because we will come back to there. But for some reason it's split up, so there's a bit of a break in this story. Still have that picture? Of course I still have that picture. What do you take me for? You have to find it, of course. Do not have a good system for keeping pictures. There it is. Excellent. Excellent stuff. The music has ended. It begins again. Important picture of Oobs' hand. Yeah. So, returning to the party that actually are doing things, not hiding out in bags full of pickles. I should specify the bit with that whole scene. There's a bunch of stuff with like dialogue with random characters, and it's a nice little scene, and people have personalities in it, but it's just none of it's actually interesting for the story. And also it requires you remembering what these people have said. It's your hand! One day we will play the sequel, and I will make that the official picture of the the stream. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so that is a whole scene, and it's nice, and it's world building and stuff, but it's just plot-wise not that interesting. And we're still on disc 1, and it's stream number 8, 9, 8? I can't remember what the stream this is. 9. Blimey. So yeah. We go back. We have now arrived at Bermesia. Before you do that, you can stop off at another gate between the kingdoms. And there's been a battle there. There's like fire and all that sort of stuff, and no one's around. So clearly something's amiss. I mean, you know something's amiss. There's a war happening. But there's proof. Your first element of proof. But you then get to Bermesia, which is the Kingdom of Perpetual Reign, or whatever it's called. And it's got very nice architecture, but I can't draw. So yeah, it's always raining here. The architecture's nice. And the music for this place still haunts you. Let's put on my incomplete music for this place. What is happening? Would have been nice to get this finished by then, but by today. But I didn't, so anyway, so Nox arrives home. And it's raining, unsurprisingly, in the City of Eternal Rain. And she's like, well, here we are again. It's been a while, it's been 5 years. But I'm here now. Time to do what I can for my kingdom. She's a knight. She's a dragoon knight. And also, hey, maybe her husband? We decided husband? Because she's a ladle whiff. Also, I'm going to backtrack on saying we decided. You decided. I'm taking no responsibility for this choice. But she also makes references to kind of why she was leaving, which is to find her husband, wherever he went. Yeah, we did decide she was married. Yeah, and so she never... Sorry, hay fever season. Which is apparently anywhere between January and December. Yeah. But she's now finally back, and she's here to do good by her country and protect the king. Meanwhile, everyone here's dead. You're just walking through, like, city streets and just everybody's dead. The invasion has already happened. We're very late. Judges me harshly for being human. Oh, I'm biological. Anyway, that's the unfinished music. Which I'm quite proud of, but I gotta finish it. And now you'll probably realise as to why that piece of music is called Ode to a Rain-Soaked Rat. Don't think they mentioned they were married in game, so we did add that. Yes, no, they are not, as far as I'm aware, they are not married in the actual game, but they are here. And that's important. For reasons. I don't know why I'm adding rain splashes. Atmosphere. If it's constantly raining, I don't know why there are more puddles. I don't remember there being any puddles. Oh well, if it's constantly raining, they probably have very good drainage. Neat. So yeah, we get here and we're like, that is ain't good. Everybody's dead. This is not great. But there are some people living. Yes, Frick and Frack are here. Evidently, for some reason, they're in charge of this army. I don't know exactly why you would put jesters in charge of an army, but hey, that's probably tells you a lot about the state of mind Queen Helga's in at the moment. Great tactical decisions going on. Do they have big collars? Everyone's got big collars in this game. Oh, allow. It's frickin' Frack again, yeah! The arm is a joke. They're like, seize them! What are you doing here? You managed to get out of the grotto? Oh, bugger. Black mages, attack! And so more black mages attack. Vivi has more existential crisis. Particularly... well, we'll get to that. Oh, and also there's a thing in the game. We allowed at the same time? We both allowed. Oh, I don't see a thing that says added auto mod, so I think you got it first. Surprised you never allowed the phrase before. I think the comma was included. Because auto mod. But yeah, so there's a very nice mechanic in this game that I haven't really talked about, which is that there's a bunch of hidden items everywhere. Oh, allow. I got that one. Ah. That one was without punctuation, so... Yes, so there's a mechanic in this game, which is there are hidden items everywhere, all over the world. There's loads of them, and so you have to go into like every little corner to try and find all these hidden items. But it's not just straight up hidden. If you are standing by a hidden item, you'll have a little exclamation mark appear over your head. And you go, "There's an item here! Fantastic!" And then you can pick up the item. And I'm bringing this up now because in the entrance to this place, you can do just that. You can wander around, and you can look for items, basically looting a war zone for the purposes of trying to help out protecting the war zone, of course. And you can walk around and you can go, there's an item on the ground. Let's pick up the item that is on the ground. That will be a good idea. Let's do that. And the game will say, hooray! Hooray, everybody! We picked up cancer! Hooray! Need a shower? Have a good shower. So yeah, for context, there are like coins, like special coins that you can pick up in the world, and there's one for each star sign. But it's not called like the Cancer coin or the Aries coin. It's just Aries, Taurus, Cancer, and it's just out of context. This might be the first one you find. Yeah, it's just funny. Vivi's having a real bad day. You just wait. You were hoping for auto mod. No. if you would have added a punctuation somewhere, it probably would have worked. Maybe put it in quotes. No, that didn't work either. Oh, good try though. Yes, so you run through. Also, this is the first time you encounter a mimic, which is a little chest friend with a big old tongue. And big arms. Actually, given that they're a black void with glowing eyes, are they also made by Alexandria? Are the mimics part of the black mages? Probably not, but... Nobody will understand Automod, don't worry. Miss is going to come back to this chat and go, what happened? Anyway, blah 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 blah. We get through, we find more dying soldiers, they give us more bells. This place has a bunch of gates that you need to get through with bells. It's all the same sort of thing as the grotto. Only the backgrounds are very nice. And we arrive, we run up some stairs. These are stairs. Well, no, we can do better than that. Grain of rice and all that. All right. So we're running up some stairs, trying to help people, trying to find survivors and help them out and all that sort of stuff. And Nox is like, look, this ain't looking good. If you guys want to go, this is, you know, you're not involved in this war. You can go if you want. And everyone's like, no. I've turned you off, Kofi. I turned you off, didn't I? Come on, it's the one thing I'm good at, turning people off. It's off. It says
The gate's been padlocked. I can't open it.
Thank you for streaming. They needed this. Yeah, I'm glad I could help. Least I can do is prat around on stream for a bit. The stairway to heaven. I mean, if a lot of people died here, if that's what you mean. But yeah, everyone's all a bit, you know, this is getting pretty serious. And as we're running up, actually, you should be at the back, shouldn't you? For the purposes of the narrative of this story. Simeon should be at the front. Because he thinks he's the protagonist. He's not. Yeah, there are dead rat soldiers here and there. They're not doing great. The story has a narrative. Yeah, Vivi's bad day out. Vivi's bad day out and Butterscotch's series of unfortunate plots. Anyway, let's get the heads in place, so we can. So not everyone's dead. Some people are alive and they're running away from the palace. And they stop on the stairs and they're like, "Halt! Ears! Friggin' ears! You have ears, Nox." I knew there was something missing. Oh, it's funny how these things come to you way too late. Butterscotch's series of unfortunate decisions. That looks way better. There we go. Sorry, I got a bit excited about suddenly remembering that these characters have ears. When that guy said ears. He's from the West Country. Ears, you! Ears, wait, you! What are you doing, ears? I always thought there were little wings on the hat, kind of like Dragoon helmets. I can't look it up, it's a Drawthrough. They have ears now. There's something there, right? There's something there that I should have been drawing this whole time. That's what's important. Anyway, they meet us on the stairs, and they go, "Ears! What are you? Are you now? I'm going to assume now, but that Burmecia, everyone in Burmecia speaks like they're from the West Country." They go, oi, you! What are you doing? And we say, "Hey, we're here to we're here to protect the king. How's it going?" They're like, you're not here to protect the king. You got one of them behind you. And obviously there's Vivi. I was like, what? Because obviously, the first time they've seen these things was when they got attacked by them. So Vivi just looks exactly like one of the things that is currently destroying their home city. And Simeon's like, what are you talking about? Vivi's done nothing. They're like, you liar! Poor Vivi is now in the stage of being recognized as looking similar to the things that are going around killing everyone. So that's fun. Adding to Vivi's horrible no good bad day. Oh, I don't know how bodies work. I also don't know how you're standing, Vivi. It's fine. Anyway, so yeah, they're sort of like monster, etc., etc. Luckily, Nox is here to say, no, Vivi's good, don't worry about it. Because they'll believe Nox, because Nox is well known here as a loyal Dragoon Guard. But don't worry, Master Vivi's good. Master Baby Vivi. Like, actually? I don't know why you're standing like this. Stairs, I suppose. Anyway, so it turns out that this person Gwemch is also here. Actually, Master Baby Vivi is the bestest boy. Yeah, so it turns out these two, also Vivi's, Nox has turned very small. Don't worry about it. I remember when I started this series, this being like Bear's first draw through, they were very, very kind. It was like, oh, you draw so quickly. It's like, yeah, that's because I sacrifice quality for speed. Do you understand now? Do you understand how bad this can get? So yeah, this person's running away to protect their family, who is also here, who I'm going to give some hair. And ears. Nobody's got cone hair yet, so it can get worse. Yeah, so that was how we distinguished the main character in the very first one of these, Final Fantasy VII. They were Sonic. That's basically it, wasn't it? I think that was them. Anyway. Marvel at my focus. There's the reason I do this for 2 hours. Miss, you can't come in here and use the thing I was trying to say as a limitation and say it as though it's a compliment. You also have hair. There's a little swaddled rat baby. Longer than you could. I do remember after the first stream. Well, after the first stream, I was very anxious because I had no idea whether it would be a thing that would work. But I was also knackered, and definitely these streams can be very knackering. But hey, I've learned to go 2 hours. That'll do. We'll get through the story one way or the other. Anyway. Speaking of which, so yes, it turns out they're trying to escape with their family, and they know Nox, and Nox is like, "Hey, how's it going?" I think their name is Dan. Just thought about that. They're not a character that's really going to come up again. You can go and visit them later, but yeah. But yeah, anyway, and it's like, oh, hey, how's it? Catching up, and it's like, hey, come and meet us once this is all over and we're all safe. Yeah, Dan. It's weird. I mean, I guess they're not called Dan because this is a draw-through, so you can name them, but it is weird to just see the name Dan. Which is probably why I remember it. Nope, still Dan. Okay. Dan and Sid. But yeah, so you help them out, and there's also some other people who you help out. There's like one person, the statue's about to fall on them, and you drag them out from under that. So you're running around kind of helping people, trying to make sure they're safe and get them to safety and make sure they're all right. And you're asking them as you're going through, hey, where's the king? Where's the king? Is the king all right? And by you, I mean Nox. Or we could call him Avadan. Call him Avi. Because, I mean, you know, this is a dad. Yes, things. Sorry, brain fry. I was saying about how these streams can... they can mess with you. Yeah, so you're always running through and you're going, where's the king? Where's the king? Where's the king? And so you're heading towards the palace, trying to find this king. No one knows where they are. However, on the way, there's a little rest stop in a room in a small armory. And there's a couple of things that you can do here. One of them is a suit of armor. I'm presuming a suit of armor that's supposed to fit a rat. So some little ear guards there. Anyway, there's a suit of armor and it's holding like a spear. Whenever I have to draw a fancy spear, I just go straight for Ernstern. Should learn how to draw more than one spear. We might go slightly longer today because there is a very good point to stop at this point of the story. It shouldn't be much longer. I think it's just like 1 or 2 more drawings. Wait, if I keep drawing this bloody suit of armor, it will go a bit longer. Anyway, yeah, there's a suit of armor here, and also some crates of things that are largely there for the purposes of meaning I don't have to draw anything behind them. But yeah, we were in an armory, and a tiny little room just in the corner of somewhere. Very cramped, a very small space. Ernstern spear is the ultimate spear. This is what Nox thinks, and is like, I'm having that. So Nox grabs that, and they get a real cool spear out of the bargain. There's also some foreground crates. While you're here, however, everyone else gets a fun time because there's a little Moogle hiding out from the rain and the war. And you can chat to them, and you can get you can give them a letter if you've been keeping up with all of the letter stuff, because you are the postal system for the Moogles. Don't forget. This is a Moogle. Yeah, give him a little bit of fluff here. A lot of the Moogles in this do actually have slightly different designs. Some of them are fluffier, some of them are slightly different colours, beige, pink, whatever. Ooh, maybe this one has fancy eyes. No quimch, no eating Moogles. Do not eat the Moogles. Oh, cute. However, there is someone else here as well. Not when you enter. You chat with the Moogle for a bit, and then while you're chatting with the Moogle, someone enters. Who could it be? There's some more crates. For the purposes of making it feel deliberate. That's right, it's Muffin! Muffin's here! I can't remember how I drew Muffin, but they're here now. I imagine they're probably a little more scraggly than they were when they left. They're on their travels! We finally bumped into them. They've come to exactly the wrong place. A war zone. I forgot about that. Sorry, I just looked at the Discord. My excellent artistic abilities in Drawthrough. Look, this was right at the end of the story. We needed to rush to the end. art. It's art, baby. So yes, this is Muffin, and Muffin, if you have forgotten, how dare you? Muffin is on a trip. They're traveling the world. We met them right at the beginning of the game. They were just setting off, and we've heard a few things about them as we've been going. Google's talking about them, receiving letters from them, traveling. They've always been like one step ahead of us. We got here first. Haha. Gotcha, Muffin. Brilliant friend. It's Pal. Not Paul. It's not Paul, it's Pal. Yeah, but still, the Muffin, that's the one, needs help to continue with their journey, because, you know, they've got to afford supplies and things like that. So they can sell you some things. They have a little package, a little gift package that you can buy from them. It's got lots of little goodies in it, including, presumably, muffins. I have a muffin. His name is Theo. You should catch up sometime. The difference with this muffin is that this muffin went of their own volition. So yeah, you have the option. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you have the option of helping out old Muffin, who's doing a little happy dance. They don't actually dance in the game, they just do a little waddle with their big backpack. But yeah, you can buy their little gift pack, which has it's got little potions, which I assume look like this. Cool antidotes. Now that's a Forest of Doom bottle if ever I saw one. It's got presumably muffins. Both kinds of muffins. Those muffins and also these muffins. Toasted muffins. And a little muffin bobblehead. Didn't realize you knew anything about you. I read your posts on the tumbles. I know these things. I haven't had time to actually read any of the stories, but one day I will have time. Plus monies. Yeah. And now I remember the art as well, and I remember that art of Theo being carried over the shoulder onto a boat. He was being very happy about it. He was very, very content to just let it happen. On the tumbles, good art. Anyway, yes, we've met up with Muffin. Muffin is having a good trip, but they needed our help, so we bought some muffins from them, and everything's good. Theo's always very content. Exactly. No one is more content with their lot in life than Theo. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. How dare you? How dare you try and fob your wonderfulness off on me? It's a weird way of putting it. He was having a great day. Yeah. Fighting. Not fighting. Yes, so reunition? What was reunion, that's the word. Reunion with Muffin complete. Muffin continues on their quest to just wander around, I guess. They're a Moogle, they don't need specific goals. But we make our way to the palace, and the palace is like locked and very quiet, and that's not great. Not a good sign. However, with her newly found ears, Nox can hear sounds inside the palace, and being a dragoon, she just jumps over it. Meanwhile, everybody else is like, we can't quite do that. Simeon can jump a bit, so he jumps up a lizard statue. But Vivi and Quimpsh are like, we'll find another way around, I guess. So yeah, Simeon and Nox work their way in, and they hide behind some statues and look into the palace, and they do not see the king, but there are figures there. There's a statue of some description, probably got ears. They're sort of hiding behind it. And here is the head of another statue. Look, it's composition, you know? And who do they see on the grounds of the palace, all broken and crumbled? The roof is like caved in, and there's just rubble strewn everywhere. They see it is Queen Helga. She is here, being very happy about the fact that everybody's dead. She's like, aha, that'll teach those miserable rats. Where's the king? Have you found the king? We need to teach him a lesson. Hunt down the king, find him, blah, 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 blah. But who is she talking to? She is talking to somebody whose name strikes fear into the hearts of many. Kofi, I turned you off. Next stream, if you do this next stream, Kofi, you're gonna be very grumpy. I've completely forgotten this character's outfit. Kofi wants your attention, Senpai. What? No, don't send pie. Send money. What? What? Calm down. This is calming down music. Calm down. Anyway, yes, it's Jesse. Do you remember Jesse from the beginning of this game? The competent soldier to James's whatever James is doing. I should remember this because I drew James in this outfit. But I can't remember, so... I'm going to assume there's some sort of boob armor going on. Yes, it's General Jesse, and they hear them chatting, and Nox is like, "Who's that?" And Simeon goes, "Oh, I think that's General Jesse from the Alexandria." And Nox goes, "Jesse? I've heard that name before." Flashback. Long white coat, dark stockings on legs, some booba. Some booba. We have a bit of a flashback to Nox having a conversation with somebody. Maybe some red highlights on her coat too. She looks cool, I remember that. I'm having to draw Nox a lot here. I mean, it's a flashback, so it's a younger Nox, but still. Wearing the same clothes, because PS1 game. Always like to design and theme. Yee. I was a bit intimidated to attempt to make a new theme for her because it's just such a simple one. And it's very difficult to make a replacement for something so good and simple. Bombastic, easy. Nonsense and complicated, sure. Wild and off the scale, why not? Simple and easy? Oh no, that's hard. Or simple and good, not easy. Let's see if I can't come up with one before we, you know, other things happen in the story. He says as though he's going to have any time in the near future. So anyway, yes, we have a bit of a flashback to, I guess, here? Does the flashback happen here in the palace? I'm guessing so. Feels like it does. At the very least in Bermesia. And Nox is speaking to somebody. And this person is talking about Jesse and saying, you know, General Jesse of Alexandria and other such people. She's incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, incredibly scary. Come up in a fight against her, bad things are going to happen. While the rest of the world is training up these amazing soldiers, Bermesia is just not doing anything, lagging behind. We need to be better. We need to be better soldiers. We need to defend this place. And that's why I, your husband, need to travel the world to learn more about combat and become stronger so that we might defend Bermesia. It is now time to name Ladlewiff's husband. I also have no idea what he looks like, apart from roughly that his hat looks like that. He also has a spear. Everybody here uses a spear. You're going to have a big, chunky spear. Cheryl. Could be Cheryl. So, husband, Ladywiff. Well, we know the surname is Ladywiff. Because I believe Knox's surname was Lady. And this person's surname is Whiff. Knox and Cheryl Ladywiff. Ladlewiff, sorry. Cheryl. Cheryl Ladywife. So yes, this is another dragoon. They were married. And this one went off to travel the world to learn more about combat, hone their strength so that they may better defend their land. 5 years ago. And hasn't been heard of since. And this place is being attacked right now, and they're not back. Bad times. You're also gonna have. Well, oh no, hang on. You have like puffy trousers, right? Maybe you also have a bow. Maybe this is your little marriage thing. Big sleeves and a bow on the tail. So yeah, in part, very loosely, the how impressive of a fighter Jessie is kind of the impetus for her husband to have gone away and never come back. So that makes Nox real happy to see her. Anyway, flashback over. She gets kind of sad because he leaves and he's like, "I'll be back, don't worry," and he isn't. Meanwhile, returning here, someone else shows up. Let's zoom in a little, get a bit more quality. This is the first time they're appearing. Should probably have a non-terrible drawing. Give them a terrible drawing. Come on. This is not the first time I've drawn them on stream, as it happens. I believe I did it as a boss brush once. Spoilers? Come on, they radiate bad guy. It's impossible to hide this. How do you draw them, though? That's the question. A lot like Simeon here. Hair longer? I think hair longer, also feathers in hair. Look, the hips are vitally important to this design. Is probably wearing heels. Why not? Don't remember what he wears, but yeah, you can see it's this is the kind of gist. So this character sort of swans in, flapping around. And the Queen's like, thank you very much, whatever your name is. Insert name here. Oh, you meant for shoes. I'll give him some fancy shoes. Give him some fancy shoes. It's close enough. Look, you got the almost entirely exposed lower 2/3 is the main part of this outfit. The lack of an outfit below tids is But anyway, the Queen, they swan in and they're like, what wonderful destruction. They're not a villain. What Why wear pants if you have boots? Exactly. Got fancy boots. And this is why I'm not too upset about the boob armor in this game, because if there's anybody who's wearing a revealing outfit, it's this guy. But yeah, they're like reveling in this destruction and chaos and like, the fall of a kingdom, destroyed the rats, etc., etc. And the Queen's like, yeah, thanks to your Black Mage army, this was a doddle. Still didn't get the king though. He's like, the king's probably not around. Rats flee the sinking ship. Perhaps they've gone to nearby Clara. For, what's the word? Sanctuary? Sanctuary. And like, Clara's going to be a difficult one to crack. No one's really had contact with them for several hundred years. It's like, that's fine, I can do it. I know what I'm doing. Just being very, poetic revelry, in reveling in being evil. But yeah, what's this character called? Mr. Swan? I don't think we've chosen a name for this. It should be the first time we see them. Yeah, I remember looking at this outfit.
They're sealed shut, and that's the way they're gonna stay.
What, the pants? I mean, what they want to do with their pants is none of my business, but... Hi, Doc! Also, it's raining. You didn't... You just ruining the topsoil. Honestly. How'd you keep timing that? It's always good timing. There's a clip in the Discord of very good timing with it earlier. So, hey then, Doc, you alright? Remnant 2 in 3 days. Remnant 2's coming out, by the way. Doesn't have a swamp. Boo. Next you'll be telling me Miyazaki didn't make it. Yeah, anyway, while this is happening, a soldier comes running in and is like, ah, die! Also, Frick and Frack have turned up like 3 times in this stream. Why is their theme playing now? No swamp. No. The swamp is 1 out of 10, but doggo class ups. Doggo class ups? Because frick your timing and frack your music. Tish. They would approve of that joke. So yeah, a soldier runs in. It's like, I'm gonna take you down. And we're looking at him like, that's no good. That's Jesse. You're not gonna take down Jesse. So we're like, we better jump in. So Nox and Simeon jump in there. What's this? Oh. And doggo class is one word. Doggo class ups. Oh, doggo class ups that. Got it. Okay, ups that is also yeah. Yeah, it ups it. Like, again, if you don't have the sentence "it ups it" is still... it raises that. English language is bad. We should start again. Okay. Theoretically, last picture of the game. Of this stream, sorry. Not the game. The game ends here, by the way. No. Me and no grammar. Question is, who gonna play the doggo class? What if it allowed 4 players? Why are games not doing 4 players? Gamble, gamble. Play with Kiro. Allow more. Allow 12. Play with Kiro and Christy and Miss and Bear and Oobs. There are more people. I would have been here for a while if I carried on, but I didn't leave anyone out deliberately. No, go on, name us all. Okay, your name is now Flederlink. Gero is now Scrumbumbo. I am Kafoogle. Dark is Li. Scrimbumbo. I don't know. You try coming up with names that aren't names off the top of your head. I feel a bit bad with Li, because Li is almost a name. Well armored shotgunner, rootin' tootin' gunboy, and stop dying you cowards are the other classes. I like the idea of stop dying you cowards, because that means I die less. Anyway, yes, so Simeon and Nox jump down into the arena because they know that soldier's going to die if they don't. And indeed, the soldier runs up to Jesse and is like, I'm gonna kill you! And it's like, you know I'm Jesse of Alexandria, right? And he's like, I may have miscalculated this. And the queen sort of waddles away going, oh, Jesse, you've got this. And swans away. Also going, oh, Jesse, you have this. Don't even need to be concerned. I imagine they speak like this. For I am Swan. No, I can't carry two different types of knives. What am I talking about? They got to be the same. Also, like that we gave him an S name. It's in keeping. We should probably write it down before we forget. One end. Not got the double knife stick yet. I mean, you can get that whenever. I think you can get it in Lindblom first. But you can, yeah. Some characters have multiple different types of weapon they can have sometimes, and Simeon can either have two daggers or two daggers stuck together on a pole. So yeah, these two jump down and they're like, we'll do this. And they're like, and she's like, I'm not even gonna bloody break a sweat doing this. Oh, that's it. Fun little thing I remember from this scene when I played it recently was she goes, "You two are no match for me," but she says that literally as Vivi and Quimch run into the scene. So you two are you four are no match for me. Yeah, they found a way in just in time to join the fight, but without having to be part of the narrative. The butterfly sword's neat. Yeah. Also, let's give Vivi a stick, because you get a new stick here as well. You can get a new fancy stick. Maybe it's got like a gem in it. Well, it's got little decorations. Vivi deserves a stick. Give Vivi a stick. Actually, I lied. This isn't going to be the last drawing. There is one other thing I need to draw at the end of this, just to really hit home what's going on. Also, I do need to emphasize, in battle, everybody has like a little animation they do when they're just sort of idling. And usually it's like, I've got my weapon ready and I'm going to attack you. I'm leaning over, ready to run straight at you or whatever it is. Vivi's is that they just sort of hop from foot to foot with their stick in two hands, sort of wobbling it around. They do a little bounce. What they do. That's very cute. Meanwhile, Quimch is like, it can eat Swan? Is Swan edible? You have big knife, I have big fork. Right. Kofi, stop it. We've got a half hour over. Bloody hell. The classes from Remnant 2 on the wiki says, whereas Remnant only featured 3 classes, you'll be able to choose from a wider variety of classes in 2, 4 instead of 3. That's alright, but the stream probably needs to stop and then start again for it to activate. Anyway, you fight Jessie. Eventually she gets fed up with you and just kills you. This is one of those fights you can't win, because she's real good. She doesn't actually kill you though. She does an attack called, is it Clim Hazard? No, stock break. Stock break? Anyway, she does an attack and it reduces your party members all down to 1 health. So you're just basically on critical condition and you're all just laying face down in the rain. And she just sort of walks over to you and like, well, that was mildly amusing. Anyway, moving on. I think she says something like, will I never find somebody who is worthy of my skills in battle or whatever. Yeah, if you survive a certain number of turns, she wipes you out. This is just a battle of survival until she gets bored. So yeah, she basically wipes you out and walks off. And Swan, being dramatic, doesn't walk off. Of course he doesn't. Swan flies off on a great big feathery dragon. That's like iridescent, it looks like sort of pearl. It's a cool effect. Now, is it a dragon or a drake? I'm not paying attention. Let's give it arms. I think it needs arms to be a dragon, right? So yeah, he's just casually got like a rainbow dragon. Oh yeah, and he looks down at Nox when she's on the floor, because your party's just all on the floor. And he looks down and goes, another rat taken care of, and then looks at someone else, it's unclear, and goes, that one might be a problem. Oh, we come to the end of the music again. That's how long we've been doing this. Luckily you won't waste any items fighting, huh? I won't. Anyway, they fly off. Meanwhile, you get the saddest shot in the game. Yeah, the saddest shot in the entire game is a CG animated VV lying perfectly still face down in a puddle while it's raining. Hang on. See if I can get a picture of it. 'Cause... Oh, there's a good gif of it. And that is how we end disc 1. Hang on, I'm just gonna stick that in. Is that gonna work? Oh, it doesn't work. Bugger. We'll work out a way to make that work. Like that. Now I can favorite it and use it whenever I like. End of disc 1, everybody! We're slightly under a third of the way there. Because usually this game has 4 discs and the last one is just the last dungeon, basically. I'm gonna give Vivi a blanket and hot choco. Vivi's no good bad day continues. But hey, Swan's having a great time. Flying off in the Rainbow Dragon. Yee, and that's that. We finished disc, that's why I wanted to carry on, because I wanted to finish disc 1. No, it will only swan off. Oh.
End of disc 1. Please insert disc 2. Disc read error.
Read. I think she got that wrong. Yee. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lovely time in this happy game. We've met lots of new friends and had a lovely time. Yee. Hope you enjoyed this 2-hour, 40-minute stream that I said would be exactly 2 hours. You know, it's nice to get a milestone is all. So yeah, next time, how can things get worse for Vivi? Most upsetting thing is when that happens on a multi-disc game. Yeah, there's that, and there's also, I had a lot with Final Fantasy VII, just cutscenes getting stuck. Like the cutscene where you activate the waterfall in the City of the Ancients, and it's like, you put in the thing, and then it goes, and then it gets stuck. Poor sweet Legend of Dragoon. Oh. Isn't is it the new Final Fantasy VII install version? Isn't that going to have multiple discs? Like part 2. I know the whole thing's coming out as separate games, but I think part 2 is going to have like 2 discs or something. It's a thing. It's coming back, everyone. Multiple disc games. In an age where discs aren't really much of a thing anymore. I mean, it's nice to have physical media. I like physical media if I possibly can, but let's face it, most people download. But yeah, I am tired. I'm tired. I'm planning to retell everything in 3 games, so I guess it makes sense to use more discs. Like, you're already doing it in multiple games. That's alright. I'm not. I'll probably play it at some point in the next 2 decades. Yee. So I'm gonna go open some windows, and I'm gonna cool down, and I'm gonna have a relax, gonna have a drink. Lit tired. I'm lit tired. In an effort to save space on consoles, you believe, although you need to download each disc. Huh? I don't pretend to understand these things. Yes, I'll be back tomorrow morning with something. Hopefully more successful than yesterday's morning stream. That's not the button I wanted to press, was it? No. Boom. And that's wrong as well. All being well, I'll be back tomorrow morning. There'll be a Chibi Nethers Day on tomorrow's Little Dancing Dinosaur. Yee! More Tales from the Borderlands. Figured out how Discord to work with Remnant. I might test beforehand. It's going to be probably the 2 computer setup. Yeah, so Remnant's coming out on Friday, which means we're probably going to play it on Saturday. It's annoying that we can't have more people playing it. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But yeah, this is all very impromptu and we didn't really plan anything. So we're trying to work it out as we go. But the plan is to try and do some Remnant on Saturday. We'll see. Sorry to Kiro for not constantly coming in and out of playing things with people. But yeah, so we'll have to work that out. But I'll have to use my 2 computer setup because I imagine Remnant 2 is probably quite graphically intensive. So streaming will be hard, so I have to use 2 computers, but I've never used that with Discord before. It's a mess. So yeah, I've got to work that out. But if it does work out, it'll work out. Yeah. So, yes. So, yes. Yeah, no, brain's got nothing going on. I'm gonna leave. Have a lovely time. I'll leave you with this music that wasn't even made for this game. This was made as a replacement for something Final Fantasy VIII, but it fits. So, yeah, have a lovely time, everybody. Have a grand old Wednesday and remainder of the week thereafter, or Thursday morning if that's the time zone. Enjoy, everybody. Thank you. Hope you had a good time. Goodbye. Bye bye.